quick, we're jumping right into, who in here knows who Amy Winehouse is? You better know who Amy Winehouse is. You guys know who Amy Winehouse is? The question is, who does it? Oh, who does it? Better question. She's one of my favorite artists. So I go to Tempe, Arizona. I hope I said that right. Tempe, Arizona. And we go into this restaurant called Culinary Dropout. Has anybody ever been there? You need to go. It is awesome. And they have them in a few different places, not just Arizona. So when I saw that she was painted on their wall, I literally ran over and took this picture. This is legit out of that restaurant. So I'm just going to introduce you to one of my favorite songs that she sings. And in case there's anybody that doesn't know who Amy Winehouse is, let me just tell you a little bit about her. So she's an English singer and songwriter. She was 27 when she died in 2011. She's amazing. Even just sitting here talking about it, I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting the chills. She was known for her deep, expressive vocals, including soul, rhythm and blues, plus jazz. She won 5 Grammy Awards, and she has a documentary on Netflix. So if you have not seen her documentary, it's on Netflix. And it's, I think it's called her name. I think it's her name.
Google.
Yeah, you can search her name though. I think I searched her name. So anyhow, she died of alcohol poisoning, but there's a lot of stuff that she went through, and she died at a very young age.
Two pieces of the same heart, two halves of the same story, two harmonies to the same song, perfect fit and you're getting more, and the pieces fall into place. It's incredible. Ooh, 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 it's incredible. It's incredible.
The Netflix documentary is called Amy. So there you go. Let's kind of just move into a couple more slides here. I'll try to wrap it up here a little bit quicker. One of the things that helped me most in my life, but my career, first of all, I probably keep sticky notes in business because I have so many daily to-do lists, and I have them from multiple angles. So I've got like a kids to-do list, a husband to-do list, an Amanda to-do list, a work to-do list, but I'm always keeping like my eye on the pie, right? But in order to reach that end goal, you have to set little goals to get there that will get you to the big goal. You can't just set this big goal, like here's an example. I've always wanted a Mercedes AMG, always. I test drove them, I can't tell you how many times. Guess what I have right now? A Mercedes AMG. Got it, but it took me a lot to get there. With 20-inch rims. You know what I mean? It took me a lot to get there. I had to set little goals in order to get and achieve my big goals. So I'm saying all of that to say is that set your goals, reach your goals. You're not done. You just got started. You just got started. Set another goal. Set 5 more goals. And then slowly work on them. And you repeat that over and over. It never ends. If you want to be successful, if you have things that you want to do, like another guy that was supposed to be here tonight, his goal is to retire and travel. And I'm like, how are we going to get you there? How are we going to get you there? Let's do that. So it's constant. Set goals, reach goals, make new goals, do it over and over, and teach your kids to do that.
Yep.
I just gotta say something. And don't listen to those people like you were saying that say you can't. My whole life, I wanted to do art. That's all I wanted to do. Paint, draw, teach, whatever, art. I first went to college to major in art. I was really disappointed in the art teacher because he was trying to teach me color wheels that I learned in sophomore year of high school or junior high. I'm like seriously? I'm paying for college and you're teaching me how to do color wheels? Well, little did I know, I probably could have learned a lot from these men. But over the years, people kept telling me, then when it came to really going to school and really trying to get a job, it was like, well, you can't make a living in art. Okay, I'm 61 years old now, guess what I'm doing?
Making money in art.
I'm making money.
Damn, I'm glad you're talking about that. Because she's so good at her art.
Just barely last fall, I have wanted to learn how to do watercolor painting for years. And always put my kids first. Always, there was always something, raising 2 kids that came first. Last fall, I had an opportunity land in my lap to pay for some painting classes. Things have snowballed just in the last 2 months insanely in how much I've learned, how much I've found, how much I've discovered, and where my skills have gone that I forgot I had. And I mean, this gal up here, she's already commissioned me to paint a painting.
Oh, I got 2 on your
She had
list.
not even seen but maybe 2 of what I've done.
Yeah.
And she's already said, you are gonna paint a painting, it's gonna hang above Ava's bed, this is what I want, and we're working on it. But she's being patient.
I said please.
I have never in my life, I haven't painted a person since high school. And that was a self-portrait that I hated most of my life. It now hangs on my living room wall. But anyway.
Did you
I
bring
went-
business cards?
I haven't gotten them made yet
Okay.
because I wanna make sure all of that's in. You will have some soon.
Okay.
But people all these years told me I couldn't do it. I could have been teaching art in school for the last 40 years and loving my life, but instead I was in an office doing jobs,
Working
making
for
everybody
somebody
else money.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you,
Beautiful friend. Oh, and I'm grateful for it, but you know what? I think Amanda still would have come into my life because she was supposed to be in my life.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, we tease each other that she's the daughter I didn't have. She's my 3rd daughter. So.
Thanks.
I gotta say something real
Yes,
quick
please.
about how weird this is. I was sitting here and she came up and asked if she could sit down, never met her before in my life. And she tells this story. I just bought 5 paintings, well, watercolor paintings,
Whoa.
from artists in Denver that are being signed and mounted and so forth. And I'm going to make sure that you 2 get a chance to meet. And if I think it's funny that how that happened, because I just did this 3 days ago. So I'll make sure that happens.
I promise you, this event ran so smooth. There's a reason why this group of people needed to meet today.
There you go.
I don't know why, but I'm glad it happened.
Yep.
Yeah, glad it happened. Okay, moving into the next one. I hated every minute of training. Hell, yes I did, okay? Because I didn't have any experience, and so I had a lot of haters hating on me. They didn't want me to grow. I was the youngest executive woman, and I was a woman in a man's world. This was back then, right? So training for me was rough because I would work a 9 to 10 hour shift and then I would go home and study what I didn't know. So the next day, nobody had to one up on me. And I did that for a long time. I would find somebody's emails that had good grammar and I would study their emails to find out where they put their commas, when they used certain grammar things so that I knew when I went back into work that I had better grammar. Because I was hiring people that needed help in their grammar and I wanted to help them on top of the show that I knew what I was doing to a certain extent. So every minute of my training, I loved it, but I dreaded it and I complained, but it made me who I am today. So I just have to say to don't quit. Don't quit. Just keep going. Keep doing it. Just keep making your gains. Keep doing what you're doing because I know where you came from. I know you started with $60. And that's cool to know that you're where you're at. Thank you for that. Thank you. Seriously. Let's see. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. And I just had a boxer walk into the room and he's a real boxer. Michael, if you could come here for just a second, please. He's a boxer. He actually gets up and he boxes. And it happened to me on this spot. I just want to say that. Come here. You're brag about you for a minute. I'm glad you bought my room. So this is actually my cousin through marriage, and this is my go-to for loans. This is the man. This is who can help you with your loans. And so on top of that, as a side gig, you box, right?
I do.
Yep.
I am an amateur boxer and I train at Flash Academy in Holiday. And I mean, just to piggyback on what Amanda said, getting in there training, I mean, remaining consistent. I mean, you dread things like that, but your end goal is to be better. When I started here, I started as a loan processor. I had a lot of aggression, which is why I kind of, deferred to amateur boxing or boxing. But when I started as a loan processor. And I mean, just hearing you say it, those emails wanting to be better, not really having the proper training, you're like, okay, when you identify that it's something that you're really passionate about and it's something that you really want to do, you take those extra steps to be better. And that's what I did. I'm not planning on turning pro. not with boxing. I found my profession with loan origination mortgage banking. But yeah, I mean, like Muhammad Ali, I hated every minute of training, but it was to be better.
But he's fun to watch. I'll tell you that. I've been to all your boxing matches.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My bad. Now my record. I'm old. My record. I've lost every match that I had. It's only been 2, but it was a learning experience. All right, I wouldn't expect everybody to try me outside of the ring. It's a learning experience.
Though our brother does cage fighting, and whenever I told him that I was his like bad luck charm, is every fight that I went to, he would end up losing. And he said he would always lose by submission. And I'm like, why do you lose? You're so good on your feet and you move around. And because he wanted to get better at that submission, he just kept working at it, kept taking the fights as well. And now he does great. He's retired now and he does coaching and things like that, training other people. But yeah, so that's, even though you may have lost your 2 fights, you keep it up.
I did.
If you want to just hand them out to everybody, this is my go-to when I'm helping people find a house. I just sent my sister to him, my sister in Arizona, Nikki. I just sent her to him yesterday. So it's on and rolling. That's what he does. Okay? Want to just hand out some cards maybe to everybody? Thanks, Michael. Appreciate you. Oops. Okay, so the next one here, this one didn't fit to the page very well, but whatever. Most things worth doing never go quite the way they were planned. Just prepare yourself for that. Everything's not perfect, and it's okay. Just adapt to the situation. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just adapt and find the positive and move on from that. The challenge is to ignore the distractions and overcome the obstacles and stay focused. Distractions are the hardest for me. It's not the obstacle, I love the challenge. It's the distraction that tries to stop me from doing my goal. So even like this event, I had like distractions, and I was just like zone and go for it. So the reason why this stuck out to me is because I still face this to today. This will never go away. You just need to plan that this will never go away. You're never going to do everything perfect. So just adapt to the situation and look for the best opportunity in that situation. Right? Any
Yeah.
questions with that? Cause this is real.
And figure out what you can learn from it.
And figure out what you can learn.
What am I here to learn?
That's right.
Because it's not going the way I want it to go, what am I here to
But there's a
learn?
reason. That's right. Okay? If we always choose comfort, we never learn the deepest capabilities of our mind or body. I have two people, and I'm not going to name their names because some people in this room know them. They constantly come to me, I need help, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I'm like, heck yeah, I'm the one, let's go. Let's get it going. I'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Never shows up. Two people that I have invested my heart and soul into go, I will help you. I will get you on your feet. I will get you to I promise I'll get you to the next level. But you have to meet me halfway. So guess what they choose? Comfort. They don't want it, they're scared to step outside of that box, right? They're scared for that, but I'm here to tell you that if you want to be stuck in a box, nothing's wrong with that, be stuck in a box. Nothing's wrong with that. But if you want to change and get anywhere in life, get out of your comfort zone. It's okay. It's not going to kill you. Just do it. Tammy, I'm looking at you.
I know you are.
Tammy, how many years did you work for me?
Oh, I don't even remember so many. A lot, because I remember Tammy.
You worked for me for 15 years? Is that fair?
Yeah.
16?
Yeah.
Well, there's 20 there, so
Yeah,
21. Okay, so I'm just gonna lean on 15
Didn't
years.
Tammy start with us at corporate and collective?
I started in Spanish Fork actually.
Okay.
And
But you came up just before I went.
So Tammy, can I use you as an example?
by all means.
Tammy was one of my biggest challenges.
I know.
Because Tammy likes to be comfortable. And Tammy likes to be the information booth. And Tammy would work 12-hour days constantly to the point where I was like, do you have a cot saved like in the stairwell? Like, you're here when it's dark, you leave when it's dark, you're the first one here, you're the last one here, all the time. I said, you wanna know what my goal is for you? Because she worked for me. I said, you wanna know what my goal is for you? And this is seriously what my goal was for her, because she didn't have work ethic problems like everybody else. So I focus on people individually, and I fix their weaknesses, and I help them get stronger in their weaknesses. Or we focus on areas that they'd like to focus on, and then we get stronger from there. But my goal for Tammy was, I wanted her to have a life back. And that was a challenge, but we got you there. We got you there. And guess what she did when she got her life back? I'm so serious. She got married. She actually got out and was able to date. She was actually right? Immediately, that's her husband sitting next to her. You're welcome. No, I'm just kidding. But Tammy got a life. Tammy got her life back. Tammy would always cover, because part of the job was accounting, and anybody who works in the accounting world knows, the end of the year, you don't get to go nowhere. You don't get to do nothing, because you have to close your end. So Tammy, guess what Tammy would do? Oh, I'll work Christmas, I'll work Thanksgiving. She took all that all the time. I came, because when I had just became her boss at this time. And I said, that's not fair. You're not always covering the holidays. You get to have holidays too. So my goals for Tammy weren't, okay, I'm gonna teach you how to be organized, I'm gonna teach you how to prioritize, and blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna give you your life back. And I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but we're gonna figure it out. And I think it took about a year. Because Tammy was gone one day, because she got to actually take some PTO. She also lost PTO every year until probably Billy worked for me. But I sat at her desk one day and I said, I just want to become Tammy today. I got to figure out Tammy, because I got to figure out how to help her. And I sat at her desk and her phone rang like 52 times. And I was like, what the hell is your phone ringing 52 times for? Why? Because everybody went to Tammy. We had 150 branches, and they all went to Tammy. All the departments went to, everybody went to Tammy. And And I was like, oh, we're fixing this. We're fixing this. And we did that. So my whole point of all of that, because I can go on for another 2 hours on that, and that'll be in the future, is step out of your comfort zone. Did it help you?